Good afternoon and welcome to Galactic Soul Healing. Today I have 3 decks and we are going to be using today the Angels and Ancestors. I just adjusted my camera and just decided to freak out. And we have clarity today, folks. I'm really excited about this. We're going to be working with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards and the Dreams of Gaia Tarot by Raven Fallon, which is an awesome deck, and the Animal Dreaming by Scott Alexander King. Okay, and we're going to be doing something a little different today, which is the tarot in the middle here. We're going to be, just give that a quick shuffle. We're going to be pulling 3 cards from here, which is going to be describing where we're at the moment, collectively speaking. And then we're going to pull a couple cards from the Angels and Ancestors and a couple from the Animal Dreaming to that will sort of show us what kinds of energies and support we can draw on that's going to help us with the situations that in which we find ourselves at this moment. Yeah. And so we work with image to stimulate the subconscious and also to promote a better connection between the conscious mind and the subconscious. Okay, because the subconscious is that storehouse of all of our, a lot of our sort of spiritual connections, our galactic connections, and also a lot of our gifts and talents are stored in subconscious as well. So it's and a lot of other things, of course. So it's often worth doing a little bit of subconscious work. And image is a really gentle way to start that process. So once again, if anything I say doesn't resonate, please don't take it on. If it does resonate, all well and good. And you might like to look into that and explore it further. And so let's just say a quick prayer before we cut the cards. So the collectives we're working with today are the Sirian, Blue Avian and Arcturian collectives. So we thank these collectives and any archangels and ascended masters and other nature spirits as well that are helping us out, and animal spirits, of course. We're really grateful for any support we can get at this time. And so let's cut the cards. And now I'm really just started using my phone to record this. My laptop was, not conducive to recording, and even, the lighting was just not happening for it. The camera on that is very poor. So what we're going to first of all do is, I'm just really excited about the clarity we're going to be able to get here today. So I'm just going to pop this deck out the way. And I'm just going to draw a couple of Angels and Ancestors cards. We'll look at the first 3 there. So once again, those 3 cards are going to be the tarot here, Dreams of Gaia Tarot, are going to be showing us where we're at energetically, perhaps energies that we're navigating at the moment. And let's have a look. So the first card we have is the One of Air, and that's an awesome the dragon image there. The air being in terms of chakras, the heart chakra, and this dragon has it fingers or claws. They're actually holding this circular could well be an orb or a portal or a mandala of some sort, but there is actually, I don't know if you can see, there's actually writing, inscription around the outside of this circle here, alluding to maybe zodiac, astrology, and the like. The circle is also a symbol of the soul, okay, so the soul we're working on now is our souls are becoming enlightened, so this there's a lightning of our soul energy now because we're moving up in frequency. And you can see the stars here behind the dragon. So this is, galactic, more galactic connections happening. And white is a very pure colour as well. So it's a message of purity and of ascension and of our soul maturing here. And this looks like almost like something is forming or shifting or changing within that, and we are certainly going through transformations at the moment. And yeah, this is quite a galactic looking dragon here, you see, with wings, very very wise, and galactic connections, even have stars in the eyes there. Sorry, that's gone out of focus now. I got too close. So that is kind of awesome, and I really love this. How it's number one is often the number of beginnings. Okay, so it's new beginnings. So the ending and beginning of a new cycle, the end of an old cycle, beginning of a new cycle, which definitely aligns with the current astrological movements of things that are going on. So we are going through transformation here and moving up in frequency, which is awesome, and changes physiologically and consciousness wise we are going through changes as well. And here we have journey. Wow, we are going on an exciting journey. Isn't this interesting? It's almost like we've been here in the dark and we're now going to be journeying back into the light. I really love that image. It's fantastic. And that, and this person is they've got their tools on board, they've got their kit here. That looks like a bit like a key. Yeah, it is a key. Cloak, staff, beautiful Celtic symbol here. Nature, so being supported by the natural world, okay, as we journey back to the light, which this card is very resonant with this one, because we are undergoing transformation here. Regeneration, okay, there's going to be a regeneration of many things, and yeah, this is awesome. Right, let's look at the next one. So journeys often have their challenges, okay, so when we look at these other cards, they'll be giving us some ideas about how we can support ourselves on that journey process. And this is interesting. It is the 3 of Air. So this is fantastic. We also had an air card here. Okay. It's looking like learning, opening new books of perhaps mysteries, going back into the mystery schools, becoming aware of perhaps ancient lost knowledge that we are going to be remembering or relearning, if you will. And this being here is actually angelic, but see how the wings are kind of in the darkness, so to speak. But it's almost like the book is like magical. So it's almost like she's opening this magical book, and the wings are kind of perhaps not fully activated. So she's learning perhaps how to become an angelic being, which is literally the journey that we're on here. So this is fantastic. I really love these cards. And see the dragon here. There's a lot of synchronicities. I mean, this is a dragon as well. And, obviously supporting her in this learning process, helping her to focus and just perhaps tune into new spiritual knowledge and things like that. And we have an owl as well, symbol of wisdom and yeah, very birds are higher consciousness, so that is going to be fantastic, very supportive. And it's almost like the learning is going to be about higher consciousness. But isn't this interesting here, this symbol? So death, so it's almost like the skull is symbolic of death. So the old knowledge is kind of going to be slowly become irrelevant, okay? And we have new knowledge that we're going to be making use of. Yeah, there's lots of books here. Perhaps these are the obsolete ones, and this is the new book here. But look at this, isn't this awesome? All these symbols here. So this is like, could almost be representative of the Akashic record, kind of alluding to astrology. We have stars out here as well. Learning new languages, perhaps being more accepting of diversity as well, particularly as we are now galactic humans. So we're going to be being confronted with having to accept that there's a lot more diversity in the universe than we previously thought. She also has a key. Now, isn't this interesting? Because this image looks a bit more masculine, but he also has a key. So, but the interesting thing is that, you know, we ourselves are wearing the key, like we have the key, okay? So we are going to be able to tap into this new knowledge that we need. And so, you know, it's going to be a physical journey. This person's like walking, and it's going to be a journey of body and mind here, okay, as we go through these changes in ascension. So this is awesome. Let's look at our higher, let's look at the animal spirits first. We'll look at our high frequency assistants, the kinds of energies that we can make use of as we journey and undergo these transformations. This is awesome. Wombat, gentle aggression. So that's also like assertion, okay? So that's a little bit like standing your ground, but in the name of, standing your ground in the name of transformation. So if you need to, you know, take time out or rest or whatever, you know, it's worth standing your ground and making that happen for yourself, okay? This sort of is also to do with slow movement forward. So it's about gradual and gentle approaches to change and journeying and transformation, okay? So slowly, bit by bit. So it's also suggesting to don't be too hard on yourself. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to do too many things, okay? Allow spaces in between to just do nothing, because we're going to need that. We need time to rest during this time. And yeah, so the wombat is a earth animal, you know, lives in the earth. So this is a, directly speaking, also about grounding, like being really connected to the earth and nature. And I really love that. The wombat is also warm and cuddly, so, you know, I'm not saying go out cuddle a wombat, but, you know, it's sort of about, just kind of doing those warm, fuzzy things for yourself as well, okay? Because self-care, self-nurturing is going to be important on this journey, because we're going to be going through challenges. So it's saying to balance the challenge with some care and softness, okay? Which is going to be really helpful. And even with this too, I mean, it's easy for us now to get overloaded with our intellectual pursuits, and, you know, because of technology and social media and all sorts of things, you know, it's sort of warning us against overload as well. You know, just be gentle with yourself in that way too. And it's saying don't forget, your about saying don't forget about your earth connection. You know, and being out in nature is a really beautiful way to just center, ground, and kind of, you know, get back to your inner self, so to speak. Wow, we have the platypus. I think this one came up in another reading recently. So the platypus energy, this is beautiful as well, because this animal lives in burrows like the wombat, so it's sort of quite close to the earth, but it also can swim. So it's an earth water animal, which is really gorgeous because the water is actually symbolic of the subconscious, okay, and the earth can be sort of more symbolic of conscious. So just as the platypus can move between these two realms, so we are also going to be doing the same thing. So we're going to be moving back and forth between subconscious and conscious, and our dreams are going to become more vivid as well. So and the women's wisdom is about nurturing, taking care of, and also having that receptive energy, so sensing. I believe that the platypus uses its underwater, it uses its inner sense rather than eyesight, so it can be about intuition. So it's using intuition as well, and certainly on your journey here, as part of your progress, you're going to be tapping into your intuition too, but also and probably becoming aware that many of your intuitive and creative gifts have been held in your subconscious. So the platypus has it's alluding to the water, okay, which is another one of the chakra that's associated with water is the sacral chakra, which is traditionally the area of, it's the reproductive area. It is the area where the womb resides in the female body. So it's definitely also about creativity and intuition, and emotions too, deep emotions and deep intuition. And that's going to be definitely one of the areas that we're going to be studying and becoming more consciously aware of, is our intuition and our creativity of mind as well, okay? And our higher frequency guides are going to be helping us. But, the spirit of platypus could be really helpful, because they also like to go with the flow in the water, and that's another thing that we can do. Swimming would actually be a nice relaxing activity, actually. Or having a bath, or, just really, if you have a shower, just really cleansing off the vibrations of the day, if you need to kind of get back to your own clear energy. To clear your energy is good. Right, well, let's look at this one here. Okay, so this is the angels and ancestors. So we have an arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. Now, this is quite shamanic, and we have the circle once again. So this is about looking after your soul. Protective energy is about having enough positive, high frequency vibrations coming in to your senses, but also allowing yourself to tap into what makes you happy and the things that you enjoy, because that's a form of protection. Okay, it will protect you against negative energies. Okay, so as we go on our journey and as we ascend and transform, okay, we're going to become more aware of the spiritual energies. We may even feel the negative energies more so. So we're going to become more sensitive to them. So it then becomes very important for us to know how to put ourselves in positive energy or protective energy, okay, and regularly surrounding yourself with protective, positive energy. So, for instance, if you're out in nature, that's a positive energy. If you need to be perhaps in your work, if you find you're with low vibration situations and people and issues and concerns and things like that, that on your time off you really try and ramp up your positive enjoyment and happiness, and do things that creative things, active things that kind of raise your frequency and elevate your mood. Okay, so this is going to be important to create balance. So this is the center line here, and trying to keep that in balance. If one side's negative, the other's positive, trying to really balance that out. And that's a very Native American feel there, very Sirian feel. Right, let's look at the last. Okay, we have some beautiful nature cards today. The moon. Take note of intuitive messages. Wow. Okay, so the messages that you're going to be receiving through your intuition as you learn and progress more and on your journey, and as you move up in frequency, you're going to become more sensitive to these embedded intuitive messages, more coming from galactic realms, from your higher self, and also within your conscious mind. You're going to be more aware of your self-talk. You may even be able to intuit other people's feelings a lot more as well. But in this, with the moon is a symbol of often associated with emotions. So you might like to do some research into the cycles of the moon and how that can affect your emotions. And that's kind of going to be quite supportive as we go through and sort of create our earth connection again, right, with the wombat. That's sort of guiding us to connect with the earth. But this is sort of talking about the natural cycles as well. So of an evening, for instance, it might be a nice pastime to go out and sort of do a bit of stargazing or take some notes of, what's happening with the moon. So for instance, in a full moon, that's a good time to start new projects. Perhaps do something creative. You can actually research all the phases of the moon as well, so you can get an idea there. So these energies are going to be helpful, and also I'm just going to point out, planetarily speaking, with planets, so astrology is going to be helpful, okay, and supportive. You might like to have your galactic astrology done, or you can do it yourself, as well as your like a standard astrology birth chart. So that might give you some directives as to perhaps abilities and skills that you might like to look into on your journey of transformation, because that's what this is really. It's a journey of transformation and ascension. And so thank you, Spirit. I think that's awesome. We've got some really good help there. So I'm going to wrap it up there for today. So this is the 10th of March, and thank you for listening. And I hope that was helpful, and look forward to doing the next video. Ciao.